what I thought were firecrackers, and people started yelling, "Shooter, shooter."
Now at 6, breaking news out of Seattle as 3 people are dead and at least 4 others injured after a shooting at a food festival. How police managed to track down the alleged gunman.
And 2 wildfires burning near Warm Springs have now merged into one. Why heavy smoke in the area is preventing firefighters from understanding just how large this fire is.
And with just over a month to the start of the season, the Seahawks are kicking things into high gear, and it's all being filmed for TV, which show the Seahawks are being featured on coming up as your news at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Monday. I'm China Green.
I'm Matthew Herchick. Glad to have you starting off your week with us. Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis are keeping an eye on our weather and traffic, and a nice little sunrise there over downtown Portland. Rod?
Yeah, really nice. Sun popped up at 5:49 this morning. Of course, getting slowly later in the morning, and now it's popping up over the Cascades. So pretty view. We have sunny skies to begin our day from the Wells Fargo building. Temperature is 60 degrees. Your morning temperature March, this has us just cracking up into the low 70s at noon, 72, and then we'll continue to get up to about 83. Should be a very nice Monday for you. Here's Chris.
Looks really nice, Rod. All right, let's take you to the Markham Bridge. We had a report of a fender bender here on the top deck. That's northbound I-5 here just a few minutes ago. Whatever was causing that local slowing there has cleared, so that's good news. I-5 from Clark County zipping right along southbound over the Interstate Bridge, so that too is in pretty good shape. Speaking of bridges, though, this is going to be our first morning commute, our normal Monday through Friday morning commute, where the Morrison Bridge is closed. It is closed again through 5 o'clock tomorrow morning as the county continues that strengthening work over on the east side. So just be aware that that could create some local slowing here on I-5 as we get deeper into the drive. But so far, guys, we're off to a good start.
Chris, thank you.
This is a tragedy. I'm really sorry that this happened. The bite of Seattle.
Yeah, that's the reaction after 3 people were killed following a mass shooting in Seattle. This happened during Bite of Seattle on Sunday. Police say 7 people, including a toddler, were shot.
The event usually brings hundreds of thousands of people to the city over the weekend. Seattle police were already at the scene and immediately confronted the shooter. They were able to get that person to put down the weapon and arrest them, but they believe more people are involved.
It went from somewhere being so playful and joyful to something being so horrific, and I seen people on the floor trying to take cover. Like, I heard a bang, 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 and then yelling, just straight yelling.
Police say there is no threat to the public. The FBI is also investigating. Well, near Warm Springs, about 2 hours east of Portland, 2 wildfires have now merged into one, and we're talking about the Beachcomb and Bench fires.
Governor Tina Kotek has invoked an emergency act, which gives the state access to more resources to fight those growing fires. Devin Haskins joining us live this morning with an update on where things stand. So, Devin, what's the latest here?
Yeah, at the last update, both of these fires burning out of control with 0% containment. And at the last update last night, the 2 fires merging and growing, more than tripling in size. The winds in central Oregon helping push this fire across Highway 26 at one point, shutting down the highway for a time as it burned through that highway now back open. There are level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation levels for the combined fire, with fire officials saying there are still about 2,400 homes under evacuation orders. About 250 firefighters are working to control these fires, including by helicopter. KGW News caught up with longtime Warm Springs resident William Wilson, who's in the evacuation area. He chose to stay home and try and keep his home safe instead of leaving.
The home itself is not what's valuable to me, but it's the contents inside. All the things that I've gathered over the years, all my belongings, all my mementos, pictures, that type of stuff. I'm not going to be able to gather all that up and remove all that in a short period of time.
Officials are saying it's really hard to get a really accurate idea of how large these fires are because of all the smoke in the area, and they're still trying to understand how many homes have also burned. Back to you.
Devin Haskins reporting live this morning. Devin, thank you very much. Meanwhile, a new fire popping up over the weekend, the Grasshopper Fire in the Mount Hood National Forest. These are pictures near Pine Hollow. The fire has mainly been growing north and west. Crews overnight were focusing on holding the southern fire line. That fire is estimated at 15,000 acres. Meanwhile, the Akawa Butte fire is still burning near Sisters. More than 1,500 personnel are working to put out the 27,000-acre fire. Crews have been holding and strengthening fire lines along active areas and structures and mopping up the northern and southern areas through the night. If you are driving through that area, you're asked to look out for fire engines and other equipment.
You know, it's an honor for us to be able to open these at the request of County Emergency Management when we set up to make sure that folks have a safe place to go for shelter and for meals and other community resources when these fires are happening.
In Sisters, the local high school has been serving as the evacuation site for the Akawa Butte fire for almost a week now. The school has been home to about 100 people. With the help of the Red Cross and the Salvation Army, they're able to get hot meals and take a shower.
We are here to serve, and we are just so honored to be here, and especially you know, to serve the families that are being displaced in this situation. We want to provide them a hot meal and a bottle of water or juice, and just to let them know that they're not alone.
The Red Cross has set up 6 shelters to take care of those evacuated. The Salvation Army has served close to 500 meals since setting up.
And we're also looking at the aftermath of the Lyle Hill fire that sparked last month. The Lyle Cherry Orchard Preserve burned during that fire and has since been closed indefinitely. The Friends of the Columbia River Gorge say the land needs time to heal and asks you not to visit or hike any of the trails. Thankfully, no homes or lives were lost.
In Beaverton, people got together on Saturday to talk wildfire season and how to stay safe. The host of the event, Stand Strong Beaverton, wanted to talk about how climate change and the rollback of the government regulations are impacting the fire season.
They are not standing up to big issues like the climate crisis today. In fact, they're actively making it worse. We've found that state level action has always been important for environmental protection, and Oregon has always been a leader and needs to continue to be.
They also talked about what people can do about at the local and state level. Stay with KGW for ongoing coverage this wildfire season. You can look for updates on KGW.com with the latest evacuations and progress towards containment.
We have an update on a crash investigation from Friday night. Portland police say one of the 2 motorcycle riders involved in a crash has died of their injuries. The crash happened around 11 o'clock Friday night at St. Helens Road and Northwest Front Avenue. Both riders were hospitalized with critical injuries. Police are still trying to figure out what happened.
The Lane County Sheriff's Office is helping search and rescue efforts after a person fell on Mount Jefferson. The reports first came around 11:30 Friday from 2 climbers who reported seeing a 3rd climber fall down the west side of the summit. The Sheriff's Office has since identified him as Jared Empey. He's an experienced climber from Idaho attempting a solo summit. Witnesses say Empey probably did not survive the fall.
A lesson learned for a group of swimmers along the Oregon coast. Last Tuesday, Cannon Beach lifeguards were on patrol when they saw 5 people struggling in the water after they were caught in a rip current near Haystack Rock. When one of the lifeguards got to them, a swimmer was face down in the water due to exhaustion. Eventually, all 5 were able to make it back to the beach and treated for mild hypothermia. The Fire Protection District says lifeguards had warned the group 3 times about the dangerous rip currents prior to the rescue.
Your time now is 6:08. We are taking a live look outside from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort Skycam. Looks a little cloudy out there, but you never know what the day will hold while looking at the coast. Rod Hill is going to fill us in on what we can expect. Will they see sun over there?
There's the better. I think Lincoln City probably becomes partly cloudy. As you head north up toward Astoria and Seaside and Cannon Beach, cloudiness expected to hold on a little bit longer today. Could be a touch of moisture up that way as well. Well, we have been updating you on the wildfire situation. Here's what our smoke models show for wildfire smoke at 6 o'clock later today. The bullseye, overall, the largest bullseye of some of the worst smoke is right over Crook County, east of Bend. And then you've got another kind of bullseye of really bad smoke out in Union County, getting out toward Wallowa County. And you can see the smoke plume also coming out of Wasco and down into Jefferson County. So still a lot of problematic areas. The wind flow is now pretty much dominant from the west across our area, and that has improved wildfire smoke in some areas that had it really bad last week. And the biggest improvement overall is down in Deschutes County, where air quality is generally being reported as good this morning. So that's terrific news, at least for you folks. Here's a Salem tasting room camera out in Sherwood. The rising sun, a beautiful Monday morning and pretty comfortable out there this morning. We're at 54 degrees in Sherwood. This shows 53, 54 in Tigard, 53 up in Battleground. One of the more comfortable low temperature starts that we've had over the last couple of weeks for sure. 50 in McMinnville. It's 49 down in Corvallis. Here's the weather map. Again, cloudiness along the coast this morning. Maybe at some point there's a touch of moisture, mainly up around Astoria. There are some light showers up along the Washington coast this morning, but otherwise, this is a sunny day. Madras nearing 90, maybe hitting it. John Day the same. I have Portland and Salem anywhere from about 81 to 84 today. We'll go 83 for the Rose City. Cloudiness tomorrow. 77. Again, a day tomorrow, a lot like Saturday. Remember Saturday, it was only 75 with the cloudiness that came in. Sunny and back up into the 80s on Wednesday. I've got 89 on Friday. If there's one day this week that's going to become uncomfortably hot, nearing 90, it would be Friday. But overall, pretty nice July weather for us. Back to you.
Thank you, Ron. The KGW School Supply Drive is almost here, and we need your help getting students ready for the upcoming school year. And one way you can help is by going online to kgw.com/school to sign up your business or organization. Then we'll send you an official KGW School Supply Drive collection kit to help collect what kids need the most in the classroom. So join us and help send thousands of local families, kids, and teachers back to school prepared.